This is the Kojin-an Oakland Zen Center. Kojin-an means good people gathering place. When I first arrived at the Kojin-an Zen Center, I was met by a student named Mizuki. Mizuki is a student studying Zen Buddhism. She led me into the property where I met Yokshi Akaba. Yokshi and her husband, Jino Akaba, also known as Rev Akaba, opened the Zen Center as it is today, which is on the grounds of their home. Yokshi was very warm and welcoming. She asked Mizuki to give us a tour of the property. Near the entrance of their home was the garden, which has lots of flowers, fruits, vegetables, and bamboo. We also saw Yokshi and Rev Akaba's front porch, which had Buddhist statues, flowers, and Japanese pictures on it. They told us that Yokshi is a flower master. We followed Mizuki through the garden to the Zen Center. Inside, there was a picture of Jojin Zenjai. He was the founder of Soto Zen School in Japan. He founded the practice of Zazen, which is the practice of just sitting. Zazen means seated meditation, or sitting Zen. Mizuki describes Zazen as feeling what you're really feeling and sitting with it. Besides just sitting, you're also taught how to live in the temple. In the entrance of the temple, there was a wooden drum of a fish. It looked more like a dragon, but the literal translation is mokshu, which means wooden fish. Mizuki said that the drum was used to keep time. Instead of people looking at their phones to know what time it is, they would use the drum to know. There were also other drums and bowls at the front of the room. Mizuki said they are often used in Soto-style funerals. They ring the bells and go through chants to remember someone. She said this was a safe space to grieve and remember your loved ones. Why she couldn't remember the Japanese names for the bowls and bells, she said they just call them the big bell, little bell, and small bell. There was another wooden drum as well. The little bell is rung to let everyone know when it's time to start Zazen, the practice of sitting. Here are the pillows where people meditate and practice Zazen. Before sitting, you bow to the cushion and bow forward. The bow is to thank the cushion for providing you with a comfy place to sit. While sitting on the cushion, you sit in lotus position or half lotus. Your legs are crossed and your palms come together to make a circle. Mizuki said she sometimes looks at the statue of the Buddha to remind her of the correct way to sit. The Zazen practice is 40 minutes long. Everyone sits together for 40 minutes in lotus or half lotus style. She said the practice helps you to be more aware of your thoughts on and off the pillow. It also helps you to pay attention to the people around you and act harmoniously with them, because unless you can chill out and calm your thoughts down, you can't meet someone where they're at. After the meditation, there is a service by the abbot, who is Rev Akaba. An abbot means the head of a group of monks. Mizuki referred to Jino Akaba as abbot most of the time she spoke of him. Mizuki said the books there on the stand are sutra books, but the abbot rarely uses them because he has most of it memorized. During the service, the abbot thanks everything. He thanks the people who support the practice and asks for world peace. During the service, there's chanting. One of the chants they do is called Heart Sutra. It is one of the major sutras in Mahayana Buddhism. It is meant to teach of emptiness, that all form is empty. It is also done to teach wisdom and compassion. During the time of chanting, Yoshi plays music on the drums, bells, and bowls. After the service, you bow to your cushion again to say thank you and bow to the room. This helps you to cultivate gratitude in your everyday life. Before leaving, everyone cleans the temple together. Once they are finished, the people who want to stay for tea and snacks. In the center of the room, there is an altar to Manjushri, the Bodhisattva of wisdom. The lion he is sitting on is meant to represent our untamed mind. This Buddha is sometimes seen with a sword that is meant for cutting through all of our untamed thoughts. In the back of the room, there is an altar devoted to Shakyamuni Buddha and the two founders of the Soto school, Dojin Zenjai and Kizan Zenjai. The gold statue in the center is the Buddha Sakyamuni, also known as Siddhartha. There are also candles to represent the all-seeing wisdom eyes of Buddha. The incense and flowers are here as sacrifices to the Buddha. Mizuki said what's written on the panels are names of deceased people, probably people who meant a lot to the abbot. She also said that people do this often in Japan, that every time you open up an altar, you're honoring Buddha and your relatives. We left the temple and went outside to the Japanese garden. As you can see, it is beautiful, with a koi pond and waterfall. Yoshi and Rev Akaba's 2 dogs came out to play with us as we admired the garden. They were really sweet. We were about to leave, but as we were leaving, Yoshi invited us to come inside and sit and talk with her. She told us stories about when she was young, how she was a ballerina, and till this day, she still practices every single day. She's also the owner of Yoshi's Jazz Club in Oakland. I think there's also one in San Francisco, and she dances and freestyles ballet as the jazz musicians play. She said when she was little, she was an orphan, and soldiers and people high in society used to come and ask her to dance for them. And she did dance because she wanted them to give her candy. She said the other orphans used to try to steal the candy from her, and so she eventually had to start hiding the candy so they wouldn't get any. She also told us a story of how she and Akaba met. Originally, the Zendo started out in her attic. She had 4 mats for meditation and a small tea room to enjoy tea with her friends and neighbors. She decided that they needed a Zen master, and that's when she asked Gino, who is now her husband, to be their Zen master. Now today, they have the Zendo as it is today on their property. Yoshi also told us that she was a tea master, or she is a tea master and a flower master. We asked her how she knows where to cut the flowers and what to do with them, and she says she doesn't know what to do with them, that they tell her where to cut them and how to make them beautiful. The best part of visiting the temple was probably our conversation with Yoshi at the end and sitting and talking with her and Mizuki. They were both super friendly, and it felt like we were just hanging out with friends and talking in their home. Gino Akaba, the Zen master, also came out to say hi to us and chat for a little bit. He was super friendly and had a really warm smile. When I came to the Zen Center, I expected to walk into an institution. I didn't expect to be welcomed with open arms into someone's home. It was a really great experience and something I'll definitely keep with me. I tried the practice of Zazen after leaving the practice of sitting quietly for 40 minutes, and it was really peaceful and felt really good. It definitely helped calm my mind down and help me feel better about a lot of the things that I'm going through and different anxieties that I have. And I got a lot out of my experience. If you'd like to visit the Oakland Zen Center, there's a number on the website you can call. And every Sunday they're open at 9 a.m. to practice Zazen. You can also call to meet with Yoshi yourself and have tea. Thanks so much for watching my presentation. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the Oakland Zen Center.